Are you suffering from lack of sex? Do you wish to improve the abilities you have in the bedroom? Do you wish to be the ultimate Sigma male? Then with today's video, I can show you the true path to being the epic Chad, the king of kings, the man who will extinguish the sun with one thing and one thing only. The powers that truly define a human being. The power to be a gamer. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Hentai Reviews, the only series where we've truly proven what it takes to be a man, to be a Sigma male, to be the porn star we wish we could all be. And that is true epic gamer powers. You see, today we're going to be reviewing a series that has been in its own little sense of development hell for a while. Mostly because, as you know, I'm too preoccupied being the #1 ranked League of Legends player. You know that game? And its epic animation that I've totally seen and played, in fact know everything about because I'm the #1 player in all the world. I am the greatest gamer of all time. Today we're going to be reviewing something called Imaizumin Douyara gal no Tamariba no ni Natteru Rashii episode 1. You know what I'm not going to hold against every single one of you epic gamers out there is the fact that you keep recommending me the manliest of series with the longest and hardest to pronounce names in the world, especially as somebody who is not native in the language that they are speaking, and therefore shall blame it on one thing and one thing only, my nationality, for I am what's known as incredibly Caucasian, and therefore am not a Superman when it comes to language. But through my power of Chadness and epic gamer powers have led me to one thing and one thing only, mispronouncing it and then calling it out because I am that big of a man. And you know what happens in this series? Well, I'll tell you. Today's episode runs at about 16 minutes and 21 seconds long, a crisp half an hour. That being said, the 10 categories that make up, and yes, 10, a nice even number, the notable of which are the cream that fills my pies, the harem that is locked in my basement, and the only thing that scares me more than not being a gamer, job fairs. Otherwise known as, they use their hands for jobs, they use their feet for jobs, they use their behoobs for jobs. Jobs. Things that a gamer doesn't need. That being said, this is done by our friends over at Bunny Walker, immense gamers, may I say themselves, for creating something that I can only usher in the golden pantheon among the series. So, let's go ahead and dive into it. You see, the beginning of this whole thing starts out with the main character. We don't give a fuck what his name is, he is the gamer. You see, what happens is he's playing video games, as a true man should. And then he's surrounded by 3 beautiful women, also gamers. True men they are. You see, what happens is as they're playing their games, no possibility that it isn't ranked. You see, what happens is, in the middle of him, in the zone, focusing on what it means to be a gamer, to go the limit, to push through, she decides to do the only thing that a true homie would do. In the middle of his gaming session, she starts fiddling with his nuts. And you see, this starts to dissuade him from being the true epic gamer, while the other 2 are oblivious, for they are focused and in the zone. Naturally, only one thing happens. They decide to leave, leaving them alone with the blonde character that has started our main character down the road to one thing and one thing only, the true natural possession of the true natural progression. You see that slip of the tongue? Only gamers do that. The true natural progression of what happens when you play video games. Sex with women. And you see, The blonde girl, otherwise known as Rain, because her name is spelled a little weirdly, either that or I wrote it down weird. It is spelled Reine. I'm going to call it Rain because Purple Rain. You see, what happens is as they fiddle together, the two other gamers leave the room only for them to be left alone. And you know what happens when you're left alone with another gamer, regardless of race, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of gender in its entirety? Two gamers alone in a room leads to one thing and one thing only: vicious sex. Which leads into scene number 1. Scene number 1 running from 3 minutes and 35 seconds and goes all the way to 9 minutes and 35 seconds. This ain't your mama's average hentai. This is a series meant for chads, for sigma males, for gamers. You see, this is 6 minutes of pure ecstasy, because in the middle of it, the two secondary gamers walk in and see everything and think, this is no longer a 1v1. This is a battle royale. In which case, they all start going at it. 3v1, nothing for a gamer. And after their whole shtick, it leads into something that we can only describe as a man recharging his stamina so he can continue further into the only thing a real gamer has: immense amounts of sex. Because he's hiding in the bathroom waiting for his meter to recharge so that he can continue his epic combos on several different things. Number 1, combos of many different sorts of beating styles on them cheeks. Another thing that you can beat, them titties. Because he is a man and a gamer nonetheless. In the middle of the bathroom, there's only one thing that you can hide from, and that is the ability to not keep your virginity, as in the bathroom he is still sought out by more gamers. One of the women prior has found their way into his bathroom and decides only one thing. You know what the true platinum trophy is? The penis of a gamer. Which leads into scene number 2. Scene number 2 running from 9 minutes and 50 seconds and 10 minutes to 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Which can only mean one thing. This immense 50-second scene is only a speed run. Another epic gamer ability. And you see what happens after that? They decide to start talking as the lore of this immense world that has been sought and given its true form is discovered, as they ask, how come, main character, do you live alone? How are you not surrounded by sexual partners of every kind? You are clearly the epicest of gamers. How do you not drown in the sauce? To which he responds, I am a troubled youth. My father and mother have decided that I was not a man, so they left me here to grow as the man they wish I would be. And you know what I did? I decided I would never become a man. I would become something better. A gamer. So, as they continue forward in this entire endeavor, they decide only one thing and one thing alone. To prove to their unworthy parents that they have lived far above their means and succeeded in every platinum trophy that you could possibly get, getting the gamer score to rise higher with his new combatants that have become his trusted allies. They decide to do one thing and one thing alone. Send them proof of him speedrunning. So they decide to take out the video and decide to prove a sex tape will make him a man more than he already has, for he has ascended above a man, but to prove it he must show them evidence that he has reached level 1 before he beats all of Hallownest. So what happens is that they start scene number 3, in which case they pull out the video camera and capture his gamer powers live in feed. They go from scene number 3 of 11 minutes and 30 seconds all the way to 14 minutes and 45 seconds. 3 minutes and 15 seconds of truly magical gamer prowess. The end, leading to no sequel, I believe. Maybe I might be wrong, but you know who else is wrong? Gamers. We are allowed to do anything we feel like, and in which case I shall get into the true nature of this entire series. The score that I have so heavily relied on. So, we find ourselves in the station in which case a true gamer goes. The rating system for their entire ranks. Will he reach D tier or SS tier? Animation. What can we see here? Holy fuck, this was an amazingly beautifully animated series with probably some of the best animation I've seen outside of Amber Hunter. I forget if that's the actual name, but it's the one where there's an elf chick who has a dick, and then there's a second episode where the dark-skinned, red-haired girl is missing an arm and then has sex with a really funny-looking dude who definitely doesn't look like the guy who reviews food on the internet. That was a long one, but you know what else is long? The penis of a gamer. So, what happens? 10 out of 10 for animation? Truly beautiful. Astounding nobody that gamers could make such an amazing animation. Now, going on to the characters and story. Characters and story? What do we need those for? We are gamers, for this is a fun porno plot meant for only one thing. Sex. The thing that every gamer survives off of. And you know what happens? You get a 9 out of 10. If there would have been the slightest tinge of more perfection when it came to the characters, just a single joke, this could be a 10 out of 10. But you know what gamers don't do? We don't joke. We win. You see, what happens is that we now move on to what we're all really here for, the plot. And do you know what this plot is? It's a 10 out of 10. Gamer juice flows in the unquenchable thirst that is this beautiful series, and I cannot give it a higher praise if I could. So, leaning all together, we reached our final conclusion. Do you succeed or do you pass? What is that I see slowly moving down from the sun itself? It is the true score of a triple S. 10 out of 10 beautiful, if not perfect series. Damn, I wish I hadn't to sit this in development hell, but you know who else is in hell? Gamers, because we have only one way to go. Respawn and start over. And you know what happens when we respawn? We win. As we've clearly shown, holy shit, this was a good-ass recommendation to the guy out there who recommended this a long-ass time ago, and then I've totally forgot about it and then decided to redo it after opening up a tab to search for it and then realizing I already had the tab open in the background this entire time. Thank you for your patience, thank you for your patronage, and thank you for the fact that you subscribed and stuck around this entire time. Holy shit, this was 100% worth it, and I send my praise out to you. If I remembered your name, I would 100% shout it out, but you know exactly who you are. That comment section is small enough for you to shine like a fucking star. So, that's gonna be it. Unlike most gamers, we're going to have to slow down for here, for true power succeeds in only one thing. The ability to make a sequel that we may not get, but damn it, it lives in our heart forever like Fallout New Vegas 2. It may not be around, but it is not dead in our hearts. So, naturally, I'm going to have to end it right here. The final credits, a little raising at this scene, and the final thank yous given out to every single person. Joke has been dropped. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you for sticking around and doing this whole comedic stand-up. I cannot, for the life of me, thank each and every one of you so much. I'm at 180 subscribers from what I have, and I know I say this every time, but what the fuck? How do I have this many subscribers? Seriously. All of you are way more than I deserve, and the fact that I can even ask for more is hubris on my part, but thank you each and every one of you for subscribing and sticking around for my antics, really. But thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. You are great people, and thank you for sticking around with my dumb ass. And that's where we're going to end it. So, joke back. Thank you everybody for being here. That has been the end of this epic game, and we shall now continue on to the ending. Remember, I have been the Doctor, the chadliest, manliest, and sigma-iest male of anybody that has ever lived. Do not fact-check that. I have already done it for you. You want to know how I've done that? Because I'm a gamer, and I'm really fast. So thank you everybody for being here. I have been the Doctor, and remember, have a nice day. Don't be a dick. There is, in fact, too many of them, and we can't suck them all. And finally, wash your fucking hands. I have been the Doctor. Peace.